Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, I don't know what's going on with this audio stuff. I've literally spent all day trying to figure it out. Updated my Wi-Fi network this week and everything. It's better now? Okay. Let me try one more thing and I'll go back to this thing because it's killing me. Is this any better? Can you hear this? Or did it go back to being worse? Hello, what's going on? Okay. Bruh. Okay. Sounds perfect. Hi from Ottawa again. Okay, good. Okay, can you hear the piano? Sounds good? Okay, good. If Clifton says it sounds good, the echo is a reverb on the... I have a microphone set up. But that's good. Okay. Heartbeat. Yeah. Last week was my first show, my first Instagram Live, and there were a lot of little technical difficulties. So I think as we move forward, hopefully they smooth out. And we can just... I don't have to worry about that so much. But thank you guys for tuning in again this week. Thanks, a shout out to Brett Kissel last week, Rhea May, and Max Kennedy for joining the live stream. And this week we got a fun show. We got Clifton Murray, Pride of Port McNeill, joining us. We got Alicia Newman, who's a Canadian Olympian, talk to us about obviously the Olympics have been canceled or rescheduled, and talk to her about her process and all that. And then we're going to end the night with Josh Ramsey from Marianas Trench. He's a lot of fun. So thank you guys for coming back. We are still in self-isolation, so if you guys are watching this, you are in isolation and doing your part. Hopefully we'll be back in person very soon. So let's see. I'm going to start off. The fun thing about the music of these concerts is that I can go back and play some of the songs that I don't usually play too often live. So this is I figured I'd throw it all the way back to an early song, one of my first songs that I wrote with Sean Barreau, a good friend of mine from Vancouver, and we wrote this song on a rainy day, and it became my first song that ever actually got played on the radio. So yeah, hopefully the sound's gonna be good.
It's raining, I'm waiting. The stoplight is shining on water in the gutter on the street. And the traffic is so thick, I'm so sick of driving for a second and stopping. I could be walking faster than this. The signs say I'm not too far from the place where it all fell apart. I hit every red light on my way to your place tonight. I was stuck behind the slowest car. All I wanna be is where you are. I can taste you as I race till to kiss you. I hate how it ended before I left. There was something I wanted to say, but I'm afraid I'll be too late. I should have stayed. Chances are you've already locked your door, turned in the keys. Well, this is not the way that I wanted to leave it. Only this would happen to me now. Why now? I hit every red light on my way to your place tonight. answering your phone. I guess I should have known you'd be long gone by now. I was halfway out of town when I realized I can't live without putting up a fight. I'm driving, it's raining, I'm waiting. I hit every red light on my way to your place tonight. I was stuck behind the slowest car. All I wanna be is where you are. Caught up in a stop and go. There's only one thing I know. While I'm stranded here inside my car, all I wanna be is where you are. It's where I wanna be. It's where I wanna be. I hit every red light. I hit every red light.
All right. It's always so awkward after a song. I was talking to my manager today about maybe getting a clap track, but yeah, we'll see. All right, is our sound still good? Yeah, sound is good. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna play another song that I haven't played in a little while, but I think it's super appropriate right now for what we're doing, talking on a phone. I'm doing a concert right now in my living room through a phone, and you guys are watching it on your phone, on your devices. And I wrote this song about when I was in a long-distance relationship, which we're kind of back to now, just everything through the phone. But not everything.
It's harder than we ever thought it'd be. Lately, all we do is talk into a screen. Say what you're trying to say, what you're trying to say to me. Breaking up, can't feel what you feel for me. Say what you're trying to say, nothing's getting through to me. Are we living in deja vu? Kisses through split screens to analog love. Are we gonna love through the changes? Felt I was touching you, live in my hotel room. It felt like analog love. Are we gonna love through the changes? Ooh. Are we gonna love through the changes? I'm holding on to what we used to be. Lately, this digital love is breaking down on me. I say what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say to you. Breaking up, can't feel what we used to. Say what I'm trying to say, nothing's getting through to you. Are we living in deja vu? Split screens to analog love. Are we gonna love through the changes? Felt I was touching you, live in my hotel room. It felt like analog love. Are we gonna love through the changes? Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Are we gonna love through the changes? tryna say? What you tryna say to me? What you tryna say? What you tryna say to me? What you tryna say? What you tryna say to me? What you tryna say? What you tryna say to me? What you tryna say? What you tryna say to me? What you tryna say? What you tryna say to me? What you tryna say? Are we living in deja vu? Electric kisses through split screens to analog love. Are we gonna love through the changes? Thought I was touching you, life in my hotel room. It felt like analog love. Are we gonna love through the changes? Ooh, 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 ooh. Are we gonna love through the changes? Ooh, ooh, ooh. It felt like analog love. Are we gonna love through the changes?
All right. Sweet. Okay, how we doing for time? Oh, it's perfect. We're doing great for time. Minus a little audio glitches. I think it's time to bring on my my first guest. This guy has played all over the world, from the Queen to Oprah and everything else in between. And now he's going to be on my my live cast. So let's see if we can pull him in. Where are you, Sir Clifton? Send me a request. I see you just commented. There you are. Okay. Oh yeah, I hear what you guys are saying. There is some reverb. What's going on, Clifton?
Hey man, so nice.
I'm gonna mute my reverb.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
That's beautiful reverb, by the way. I gotta figure that out. That's really nice. Nice.
Well, I just shut it off. This probably sounds better, hopefully.
Cool. I was like laying back, just enjoying the music here, so I'll get in. I'll assume
I
that.
appreciate that. You are a little in and out right now.
Try me now.
I see you. I see you. You're a little blurry. Does Clifton look? I don't know if it's just on my end. I see you. You're just like blurry.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you kind of. Yeah, I can hear you. You're just a little blurry. That's. Maybe try come in again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. A little is putting it nicely. Okay, yeah. We couldn't see him at all. But that's okay. That's the joy of these Instagram lives. It's not a perfect science yet, but we might move this over to another platform. Maybe if you guys have suggestions, let us know. But so far, we're working through it. So thank you guys for being patient. That's better.
We good?
That's better.
Better?
That's better. Yeah, that's way better.
Doable? Because I have a couple different like Wi-Fi connections if this one's gnarly.
It's still a little gnarly. Someone said you looked like a smeared oil painting. It's still a little gnarly. So if you want to try again, we can try again. Oh, people are saying much better, but I just lost you.
It is what it is.
Is this going to be, is this the best version?
Of the Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Wait, you're there now. You're there now.
Yeah, right. But it's like grainy as hell.
It's a little grainy.
Okay.
But I think this is fine. It's getting better now.
It's getting better?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can try and switch another Wi-Fi, and if we really need to.
Okay. Well,
but you let me know.
This looks pretty good for me. I think it's better now. Someone's saying not better, but those might be old comments coming through.
Oh, Olivia just said it's better. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Olivia's given the thumbs up here. So if Olivia says it's doable.
It's doable. So now it's like it's improving. People are saying it's improving. So maybe it's like our chemistry. We got Wi-Fi.
Electric. It's too hot in here. Okay, I'm gonna switch around. I'm gonna switch over, and I'll come right back. 1 second.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you guys for being so patient. Obviously, this is all new to everybody and all of us, and we're trying to iron out the kinks every week. And I thought I had it nailed this week, but it's just the nature of the beast. I know. Apparently, I read stories too that Instagram itself was having issues on the broadband or whatever. So, anyways, hopefully Clifton can join us again because I'd love to talk to him about his amazing career and all the highlights, and also kind of where he started and what he's going through right now and what his family's doing. And so hopefully, okay, I see another request. Hopefully this one's going to work. Yes, he still sounds good, which is important. Hey, Ariana, thank you. I'm glad. Okay, we're waiting for Clifton now. Uh-oh, maybe it's worse because he hasn't made it this far yet. Okay, I think you look better.
Okay. Well, we'll roll with this until we don't. Is that cool?
This is actually way better. This is way better.
Awesome. Well,
yeah.
We'll stick with it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, cool. We're on.
Okay, so
Awesome.
Welcome to my live stream. How are you doing? Where are you right now? How's it going?
I am down the street from you, as you know.
Yeah.
I'm in Vancouver.
Yeah.
With my wife and our new baby, Teddy.
Yep.
9-month-old. It's like,
oh my goodness.
It's the best, dude. It's the best. Just been, doing the self-isolation thing.
Yeah.
Only go out when I got to go to the grocery store, or we got a nice little park nearby.
Yeah.
In Spirit Park. So I go for a run every day. I have this loop that I do, and I every time I could try and beat the previous run. So that's like my little workout that I do.
Yeah.
A couple push-ups, a couple sit-ups, like that's about it.
Yeah.
Gym. I don't have a gym. We just moved from an apartment in Yaletown to a house, so the one thing I miss is a gym, but it's a small sacrifice to make for what we're all going through right now. For sure.
And I'm finding myself like the first week I was kind of all over the place. I think I spent more time just like I felt like a weird vacation in a weird way, but this week I was like, okay, consciously, this is a new normal and I need to find a new routine. So I'm in that now, which it feels much better. But yeah. I mean, this is an interesting time for all of us.
It is. It's weird to think we're non-essential services.
Right. Yeah, musicians. Yeah, I know. It's well, what's cool about it though is I think a lot of us are coming together like this, like with community. And I don't know if you saw on the weekend the Diesel Bird Fest. They did like a two-day fest, and they raised $53,000, which is really cool for the Red Cross. So,
and I think it's people just figuring out great ways to be a part of something that really helps. And I think just reaching out across the airwaves is so key for a lot of people. Just being isolated and alone is very difficult. You don't have a lot of people to reach out to, and you count on that walk to the coffee shop or to the local community center, and you don't have that, or you rely on your family coming over, or if your grandkids come by or your friends, and you don't have that, you can get a little stir crazy, and depression can set in, and that's a real problem too. So I'm glad that people like yourself are taking it upon yourself to use your gifts for better and to reach out and to help people. So I've certainly been enjoying watching you do the rounds on like Montreal Virgin Radio and on Brett Kissel and then the Diesel thing, and you're getting yourself out there in a really great way, and I think you're sending the right message, and you have such beautiful music and you play so well. It's very soothing. I just totally forgot I was actually going out. I was just sitting here just like listening. Well, thinking about when I was in a long-term distance relationship. I know the feeling, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's challenging. These are all challenges, but I think we're all going through it. So I think I talked about it last week too, that in this time we're kind of we're connecting more, we're reaching out more in a weird way, even though we're isolating. We're the Zoom conferences that are happening. I'm having my first. Well, we'll see. It's supposed to be a surprise, so we'll see. I can't really talk about it. But there's a surprise birthday party happening on Zoom coming up,
Nice.
and it's just a new way of life. But we can talk on and on. But I wanted to get a little bit of backstory from you. Growing up in Port McNeil,
Dude.
I mean, you're the tenors are world class. You've played for the Queen, you've played for Oprah, you just did the Christmas tree lighting at Rockefeller Center this last year on national coverage. It's pretty amazing. Like if you look at your resume, I was just looking on Wikipedia what some of the stages you guys have played on, and what's that like coming from Port McNeil? And when you grew up in Port McNeil, did you ever dream of what you're doing now?
Wow. So yeah, grew up in Port McNeil, small town, 2,400 people, but my parents owned an adventure resort called Nemo Bay Resort.
Nemo Bay.
NIMMO. And it was a destination for a lot of successful, well-traveled people. And we started off super humbly. You know, my mom was doing the cooking and the cleaning. My dad was doing the guiding for fishing and taking people for like outdoor trips. And I was the waiter at 8 years old, like serving the guests. And I had like knee-high socks and shiny shoes, and you know, going out there. And at the end of every night, my dad and I would sing songs and tell stories for these guests. Out in the middle of nowhere, completely off the grid, we had our own hydro generator. And every year we went along, we started growing and expanding, and it got more and more successful. And then we started incorporating helicopters, and that brought the elite of the world to our doorstep. We had kings and presidents and prime ministers and people from Hollywood and corporate elites all coming to experience this luxury experience. So I got to see the world come to me and entertain these people. You know, whether it was, you know, the President Bush came one year, and like all like sultans from like Brunei and stuff like that were showing up and taking over the whole resort. So I got a little taste of what it's like to be performing for people like this. And it's so funny how life prepares you for what you're ultimately gonna do with your life. Because now, you know, instead of them coming to me, I'm going to them, and we're traveling around the world and performing, like you said, for royalty and doing a lot of corporate work as well. And it just reminds me of the days when I'm sitting with my guitar with my dad, singing like old Stan Rogers and Neil Young and Gordon Lightfoot songs with them. And, you know, I at one time, I did it every summer till I was 23. And then eventually I'm like, Dad, like I love this whole entertaining experience that you got me hooked on. So I followed my heart. I went into acting, into singing, and, you know, and now I am where I'm at. And I really always believed that performing arts was something that I was born to do. And it's something that was in my bones. And I tried some office work, but I was so overcome by the monotony of my work. I just, you know, I felt empty inside because I knew being on stage was where I was supposed to be. And so looking back, I kind of felt like I was a bit destined for this because that was really all I was good at.
That's amazing. Well, I saw you. We talked about this not too long ago last week, but I was an extra worker on a movie that you were a feature in. I played. I think Carmen Barnes is on here. I used to do extra work. What's that?
You were Sexy Beach Boy.
I was the Beach Boy. Literally, that was like my role. I didn't even get a credit. It was background work. And I remember that day I wore a cut-off tank top. And it was overcast, but I still got the worst sunburn in history. But I saw you acting alongside Chase Tatum. Or Tatum.
Channing Tatum. And
Channing Tatum. Oh, my God. If anyone's recording this, please send that to me.
Chase Tatum.
Chase Tatum. Channing Tatum. But that's amazing, too. And I don't think a lot of people know about that side of you, but it's great that you were able to transition. And are you thinking you might be able to do a song for us today, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm prepared to do something if that's what we're down with. I'd love to. You know, I loved hearing you perform. I keep forgetting how good you are on piano because like you're a pop artist, right? And there's just sort of a lot of times you get lulled into a perception sometimes that, you know, of pop music. But when you get behind the curtain and you start to really understand the talent involved, you have a deeper appreciation. And I think that's why you've sustained a career. I think that's why you've done so well, not just because of the great songs you're writing, but because you have such an awesome talent. You can kill it live And you know, you're showcasing that here, I think, for a lot of people who may not have realized, you know, it's not just about the song and the nice hair. It's also like crazy chops too, which
Thank you, Clifton. I appreciate that. And likewise, I mean, you guys are, when you guys perform, it's just like perfection. I know that doesn't just happen. I know that takes a lot of hard work. And actually, before you start, I wanted to ask you, what was it like working with David Foster? Because he's a Canadian icon and
Canadian. He's a legend. Thankfully, we got involved with him early on. We were doing a golf charity event, and one of the songs on our first album was "Because Believe," which is a song that he wrote with Andrea Bocelli.
yeah.
And he heard us performing it at Soundcheck, and he came on stage and sat down and played piano with us. And then he agreed to perform it with us live that day. And that was our foray into hanging out with Foster. And ever since then, he's kind of been this sort of like fairy godfather in a way. He's always kind of looking out for us. He brings us to these amazing events, these like super hush-hush, eyes wide shut parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he'll get us in the studio, and he'll take us around the world. He took us all through Asia and Japan and Jakarta, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, like all over the place. And we did Madison Square Gardens with his tour. And so he really changed our life and put us on a trajectory. And actually, when we did Oprah, it was Oprah who called Foster to say, are these guys legit? Can they handle the spotlight, or will they crash and burn under the pressure? And he was like, no, these guys can handle it. So quietly, you know, he's been our champion, and we got on like Housewives of Malibu or something with him when he was dating Yolanda Hadid, and I got to be on tour with Gigi for like a month. But she was 17, so that was, looking back, it was cool. But before she was just a person.
Well, she's still a person.
Yeah, well, now she's a supermodel. So. And person, but just again, like so many incredible memories that he's created for us. And but in the studio, this is the thing I think you probably want to get at, you're getting at, is he demands excellence, and he's a very short attention span. You to figure your shit out. So
I worked with him briefly, not worked with him. I did a charity performance in Los Angeles. It was the Race to Erase MS, and he had 4 guest singers, and I showed up for soundcheck at 2:00. Where I was told to show up. Meanwhile, 2:30 rolls around. I'm like, where is everybody? And I walk into, it's the Beverly Hilton Hotel. And then I walked into the stage, and everyone's on stage. There's 3 singers, and there's an open microphone where I'm supposed to be. Wow. So I'm half an hour late to everybody's mind, but I was actually there on time. And thankfully, there was another singer there that was kind of like not sure about the part or whatever, and they were working on it, and then he said, you sing. I was like, okay, cool, what part? And he goes, chorus. I'm like, cool. And I sing. He's like, oh, try the verse. I'm like, do the verse and chorus. I'm like, cool. And then he just was right there. He's like, you can sing. I'm like, thank you. But he was just like a drill sergeant.
Immediate, and you got to be prepared to take your moment at any time, right? Now,
which was cool.
So many new artists come through his stage because we work with him a lot, and he's just throwing these little balls out and pick them up, you know. And if people,
well, even though that's what was cool. Even though I was half an hour late, technically I wasn't. He was like, okay, well, as long as you know the parts, you're good. The show's tonight, and I did. And someone else was struggling through the parts who was there on time, so it was kind of, but it was cool to work with him and get that nod of approval.
A bit gangster because you show up like fashionably late.
No, I was on time. I was told the wrong room to wait in, but it was a great event that night, and it was a memorable evening, and that's so cool that you guys have worked with.
That's a special memory. There's one great line from Foster that I always remember. He's like, "Good is the enemy of great."
Yeah.
And he would always say that to me, and I was like, all right, well, I like good, but when he's creating music, he's always trying to find something that's great and extraordinary. And so you're always prepared to bring your A game when working with Foster, and he'll bust your balls really hard. Like, he really likes to rib you when you get to know him. He will tear into you, like he will go deep. And
I bet.
And he will see if you can hang. Can you take a beating verbally? And if you can't, then you're a bro, and you can come back.
That's awesome. Well, I would love to hear something. I'm a fan of your voice and what you do, and I think my fans would love to hear you sing. And don't mind me sitting here awkwardly watching.
No, man, awkward way. It's like, okay, let's see what I can do. So this is one of the songs that I would always sing with my dad. So I've done a few of these around, and I've realized like going back to my roots has kind of been a fun little adventure for me. I used to just listen to a lot of country and old folk music that my dad and I used to play together. And one song that I came across when I was following Garth Brooks was Make You Feel My Love, and then I heard Adele sing it. And
Oh,
I
wow.
realized until recently that it was a Bob Dylan song. Well, 10 years ago recently. and Bob Dylan's like one of my favorites. So this is actually a Bob Dylan song that a lot of people have done.
Amazing.
Make You Feel My Love.
I'll mute my mic and let you go for it.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I will offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. Evening shadows and the stars appear, and there's no one to dry your tears. I will hold you for a million years to make you feel my love.
I think I'm frozen. Am I frozen?
The audio is still going. The audio is so beautiful.
Okay, well I'll keep
Your
singing then.
picture's frozen for some reason, but like
Great. Well I'll keep going.
it's probably because all the hearts are coming through and they're like freezing.
Great. Well I'll keep rolling. Unless you tell me not to.
No, I don't know what to do. I'm caught up because I hear the audio.
Cool. We'll just go with it then.
Okay, let's go.
I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. Known it from the moment that we met, no doubt in my mind where you belong. I go hungry, I go black and blue, I go crawling down the avenue. There is nothing I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Storm is raging on the rolling sea, oh, down the highways of regret. Winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. Oh, yeah. There is nothing I wouldn't do. Go to the edge of the earth for you. Make you happy, make your dreams come true, and make you feel there is nothing I wouldn't do to make you feel my love.
Wow. Clifton, that was beautiful.
Thank you, buddy.
And the fact that we couldn't see you, it just made us focus on the audio even more, and you were pitch perfect.
Oh,
that was
thank you.
beautiful.
It was weird looking at my frozen face.
That's-
You're frozen in a weird position too, and I'm like, I keep trying not to laugh.
I've never felt so much emotion watching a loading screen on your frozen face.
Well, I'm glad that we just stuck with it and we kept the ball rolling on it. I know you got some other great guests on tonight. Let's do this again. Maybe we'll have you on ours, and you can share your gift with a few of our fans. Man, you got a great sound, and you're having a great career, and I can't wait to see more of Sean Hook there, brother.
I'd love that, Clifton. Thank you so much. You're a class act, and say hi to the boys for me, and enjoy the rest of your night with your family. Thanks for joining. My fans loved it, and yeah, thanks again.
Cool. I love to K, brother. Talk to you soon. Man.
Stay safe. All right, see ya.
Bye.
Wow, that was incredible. Thank you, Clifton, for powering through those technical technical difficulties. I'm gonna play a couple more songs, and then I'm gonna bring up our next guest. We're running a little bit behind, but what's behind really? It's Living Room Live. It's not like we're trying to get on, national TV for a big producer or some stuff. It's my camera. So what should we do? Check. Ooh, reverb. Okay, creepy. Time doesn't exist. I know, it's right. It's like this weird time that we're in. But we all have time. It's true. Okay. Yeah, I hear you saying the reverb when I'm talking. It's a little weird, but when I play, it's gonna be fun. How about I do something new? Let's try something new. I'm sick of waking up, sleeping in a stranger's bed, blinded by the lights. All I see is you in my head. Instant regret, 'cause it should be you. I keep on telling myself I don't need nobody else, but then I think of us. What we are, can we get it back? I want you back. You're beautiful. I don't know what I'm in for. I don't wanna run anymore. I'm tired of chasing. I just wanna stay with you. Can we just stay here? Just wanna stay with you. Can we just disappear? Nowhere I'd rather be. You're always home for me. Tired of chasing, the time I've been wasting. Just wanna stay with you. You're freaking out. You are who you with. She's so good. He's already taken the place. Just kissing the face when he's kissing you. Can we get back where we had to be saying that it's too late, too late. I know it's different, but maybe the break was a good thing, good thing. I don't wanna throw away the shit we broke, the love we made. Don't be my last mistake. Just wanna stay with you. Can we just stay here? Just wanna stay with you. Can we just disappear? Nowhere I'd rather be. You're always home for me. Tired of chasing the time I've been wasting. Just wanna stay with you. Don't know what I'm looking for. I don't wanna run anymore. I'm tired of chasing the time I've been wasting. Just wanna stay with you. We just stay here. Just wanna stay with you. Could we just disappear? And my piano just shut off. That's amazing. No piano. That's the end. Oh my goodness. Why did that happen? Wow. If it's gonna go wrong, it's gonna go wrong on my live stream. Can we agree? Wow, that was amazing. We're back. Okay. This reminds me, this happened to me one other time. My very first time performing at Red Rocks in Denver, Colorado. I came out on stage and I went to play the piano and it wasn't there in front of 10,000 people live, but I asked the audience to pretend that didn't happen. So let's just pretend this didn't happen or we'll just go with it. Doesn't matter. But it's kind of funny, the comedy errors that are happening. Okay, so I'm actually going to bring on my next guest because I told her I would have her on 7 minutes ago, and she's on the East Coast. So I'm going to play a lot more music tonight, trust me. But I do want to get Alicia on. She is one of Canada's greatest athletes. She is, let me see, I wrote some notes down. Commonwealth Games champion in pole vaulting in 2018. But let's bring her on. I want to hear from her. Let's see. Where are you? Alicia, maybe send me another request. Josh, if you're watching, give me like another like 5 minutes. And Alicia, if you're watching, fire me a quick little request. Dead air. Oh, there you are. You're here. Okay, fire me a request. I don't see you. Let's see. I don't see you. Send me another one, please. This is my producer's fault. Okay. There you are. Wait.
Hey!
There you are.
There we go. Are we there?
Oh no, you're loading too. Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Hi guys.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna go
It's
closer
kind
to
of
my
shady.
Wi-Fi.
It's everyone's Wi-Fi. It's crazy. I think, you know what? I
know,
think
it's
it's not just everyone's Wi-Fi. I think it's collectively, like, because everyone is online. This is my theory anyways. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
That
I
we
agree.
are
I think because so many
experiencing.
people are on social media and on.
Right? We're breaking
and I
it.
think
We're
that's why I
breaking the
can't
internet.
sit, like I'm right next to my box.
Okay.
I'm right next.
Well, this is good. That actually helped. That's so funny. So where are you right now?
I'm in Toronto, so I'm on the East Coast right now. So it's not too late, but it's 10:30. Like everyone's saying that we don't have any time to really deal with anything. So honestly, I've been listening to you guys for the last little bit, and like, I'm like, man, I wish I was a singer. I would love to be able to sing like you guys do. You guys are incredible. It was
But you're an
definitely-
Olympian. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Like,
yeah.
like, just so people are watching that might have that just were like, oh, who's Alicia? I'm not familiar. How did you're an Olympic pole vaulter. You're currently ranked fourth, correct?
Yeah, fourth in the world this year. Well, I guess at the end of 2019, so this would have been a new year going
Right.
forward. So,
But technically speaking, fourth in the world.
Fourth in the world.
You have a Canadian record as well?
I own every single Canadian record from the ages 22 to 20 up. So,
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you because obviously, the coronavirus is affecting everybody, but when I think about Olympic athletes, you think about the Olympics that happen every 4 years. And like walk me back 4 years ago. Like how soon like were the Olympics on your radar? I'm losing you. Uh-oh. Like after Rio? Like sorry, the Tokyo Olympics, sorry. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you through the question.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, walk me back 4 years ago. How far in advance, like, do you start, training for an Olympic event? Sorry.
Yeah, well, so every year for track athletes, we kind of restart in September, and it's kind of like a 8 to 10 month buildup. And so we had, I guess I've been building since 2016.
Yeah.
But to like, you always gotta like kind of peak every year, kind of like push your max to see where you are, then kind of fall off. And like, I call it like to recover your muscles and recover everything. And then you kind of start where you left off that year. So every single year, like I was ranked my first Olympics, I was ranked 17th. And then the second year I moved to top 10 in 2017. And then 2018, I moved to top 6. Wow. And then 2019, I moved to 4th. So then this year, I was hoping to be in the top 3 for a medal.
Wow!
And that's kind of how you build it. You kind of chop away after keep chopping.
Yeah. So you've been on this trajectory now.
Yeah, I mean, we were starting now.
Sorry,
Sorry.
we're a little delayed. I will ask you a question now.
Yeah, go ahead. I can
Okay,
hear
I was
you.
no. So walk me back, you know, we talked previously this year, but Tokyo was obviously the goal.
Yeah.
Walk me back through your emotions when you first heard about, the Olympics potentially being canceled to when they were canceled to how does that change your training? Are there any pros and cons out of that situation? How do you deal with the whole situation?
Yeah, I think with every decision you make in life, whether it's a big or small decision, there's always going to be pros and cons with everything. So
Yeah.
for me, like I think us talking this week, like I love the fact that I get an extra year of growth as a person and as an athlete. You probably find as an artist, like every year you become better or you learn more or you go through more experiences. So it's a positive, but it's also a con because I was felt ready. I was coming off of a season high last year, and
Yeah.
I wanted to keep the ball moving so that I could every year I was chopping up the blocks and getting up higher and higher and higher on the standings. So it will be a little weird to have this kind of intermission, but like I said we have we have no control over it, and at the end of the day is everyone's in the same position, so we have to make the best of it. And I'm looking at the positive of this, and I'm going to get more growth as an athlete and as a person off the track. So that's kind of where my positivity is staying.
Amazing. And how do you maintain your mental health through something like this?
Yeah, I think I've discovered I got better at track and what I do when I was happier off the track. So my number one thing, whether I'm training for an Olympics or I'm going and trying to be successful at something, I always make sure my mental happiness is number one. And one thing that I love doing is I love socializing. Of course, that is something we can't do right now. So I'm doing that by FaceTiming friends and doing live Instagram chats with people like yourself and other inspiring people to keep me motivated. And I'm also doing challenges, talking to the other pole vault girls around the world and just wondering what they're doing right now to stay in shape, and just kind of using each other to stay at the top level as best as we can.
Yeah.
So mental happiness is just kind of doing what makes your heart kind of beat really fast. You know about
Yeah.
that.
Totally. And are you able to do any sort of training?
Yeah, so for sure, just going workouts. I obviously am in Toronto, so when you're down here, you see how big the city is. So I try to drive
Yeah.
to a different part of the city. I'll park by car somewhere and I'll go on a 3 to 6K run. I'll find stairs. I'll do some stair workouts. There's hills, so I'll do some hill workouts, and then I'll find some a bench to do step ups and squats and just doing different things, stuff that I'm not used to doing and things that I've always wanted to do, I'm scrapbooking all my accomplishments, all the
Yeah.
paper cutouts my grandma has given me from the newspaper. So I'm putting that all in scrapbooks, and I'm filing my taxes. Remember, guys,
That's
file
important.
taxes.
That's kind of important. Well, okay, I'm getting a little bit of shade. Someone just said ask more interesting questions. So maybe if there's anyone out there who has a more interesting question for Alicia than what I've been asking, please feel so you're welcome to ask. Someone just said this is so boring, and yet you're watching.
I know. It's are you doing it? I'm sorry. I'm not
That's-
more exciting for you guys.
It's hilarious though. It's fun. This is an open door policy. You're allowed to come and watch.
Right.
But it's all good. I'm so thankful you came on to talk, because I think it's an interesting topic. I mean, the Olympics are a global event, and it's something that we all gather and cheer for our athletes in our respected countries. And I was looking forward to cheering for you this year in Tokyo, and I know I'm disappointed that I won't be able to root Canada on this year at the Olympics, and I can only imagine what the athletes are going through right now. But I think the bigger picture right now is the health of everybody in the world, and I think you told me too, once it was canceled, you totally thought it was the right decision.
Oh,
I think Canada was one of the first countries
Yeah,
that.
Canada did put their foot down, and I think Canadians never really kind of stick their neck out there that aggressive. And I was just proud that we put our foot down, and then kind of the rest of the world followed, which I just think was a really, really great way to say hey, listen, we know our athletes have been working their butts off, and
Yeah.
they're gonna perform this summer, but we need to get this coronavirus done. Like, we
Yeah.
need to move past this, and we need to be all in this together and not force the Olympics to happen and it not be a memorable moment for everybody worldwide.
For sure.
Where we're at.
So one last boring question, but not boring. It's all good. There's a lot of people are saying we love this, and there's a lot of love coming out in this interview as well. But until now, what was I going to ask you? Oh yeah. So have you spoken to anybody, like, when obviously you're a part of Team Canada?
Mm-hmm.
How far does that team go? And in terms, like a technical question, in terms of next year, is there any talk about having to requalify or having to go through another process of what you just went through?
Yeah, so that was all crazy decisions, and that's like, funding and how we're going to get paid, and all of that's happening right now. But I'm pretty sure I read, and the last thing I checked was they're keeping so every year before the Olympics, January 1st of the Olympic year, it opens up, we call it a qualifying pool. So from January 1st, 2020 to July 1st was like our time to qualify. So you had,
Okay.
how many months is that? 6 months?
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm like, how many months is that? 6 months to qualify and hit standard.
Yeah.
And then, or be the top 32 in the world. So now they're keeping it open from January 2020, and it will go all the way to July 2021, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's an extra year and a bit for people to qualify. So for people that like got hurt this year and they thought their Olympic dreams were over, this is like a second like swing and a second like light for them, that they can come back and get back from injury and hopefully qualify and be ready for the Olympics in 2021.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for coming on and talking, and we are all rooting for you. Proud Canadian. But just in general rooting, just hopefully you stay safe, and hopefully we can all get through this.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm staying on because I want to hear my favorite song. You know what song I want to hear?
Maybe. I think actually I might play it again. I might play it because I think it got cut off last week, and which reminds me, I think I should restart the stream before I bring on my next guest. But yes, I think I know the one.
You know it, and it's my favorite song, and I cannot wait for that.
Okay, sounds good. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Have a good night in Toronto, and we'll talk soon.
All right, bye guys.
Thanks. We'll see you later. All right, so I started the stream at 7, and I think I have 5 more minutes. So I don't want to cut Josh Ramsey off, so I'm going to sneak in another song, and then we're going to restart the stream and bring on my good friend Josh, because I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and I don't want that to cut off halfway through. So anyways, this is a song that is actually more appropriate for like a Marianas Trench tour, because it's called Rockstaria, and it's fun to rock out on. You're my muse, you're my dream, my abuse, my release. You're my light, you're my fate. I never wanna let you fade. I can sleep with better, I hear the fans chant la la la. I just love the way your body moves. I don't need no fantasy but you. Make me feel like a rock star, burning up the spotlight. Young hearts living like we're making love, like we're making love. You make me wanna trash cars, kiss like we're smashing guitars, living like we're on the road, like we're on the road. Under you and your lungs, your sweat on your tongue, every
breath, every drop. I never wanna make it stop. I can see the stage, I hear the people age like la 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 la. I feel like a rock star, burning up the spotlight. Young hearts, living like we're making love, like we're making love. You make me wanna trade cars, kiss like we're smashing guitars, living like we're on the road, like we're on the the spotlight. Young hearts, living like we're making love, like we're making love. You make me wanna trash cars, kiss like we're smashing guitars, living like we're on the run, like we're on the run. Yeah. All right. I think that's going to take us to the end of this stream. I'm going to start again so we can give my next guest, Josh Ramsey, all the time he wants. I have a feeling it's going to get really interesting and entertaining. So join me right now.